Super Soul Sisters, and of course I'm with our Super Soul Sister today, Judith Hard, as many of you have heard about her or seen her, and she's an amazing woman. First of all, thank you for keeping it here on UBC TV watching Super Soul Sisters, and my name is Rowena Kajumba, and I must say, for me, this is a huge moment for me to meet Judith Hard, and she has a pet name, Atwoki. Yes. You're very welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I can call you Atwoki.
Yeah, when you're
Akiki.
Akiki, my best friend with Akiki. Yes, you can have Taki.
Atwoki, Atwoki.
Ndio kurungi Akiki wasibote.
Kurungi.
Mwebale kunyeta hasho yanyu. Nsemerirwe muno okuba munyesere. Oh, let's get into
Net to semerirwe, but now abantu abakiro wingi, they know you, Judith Hard. But who is Judith Hard?
Judith Hard is a God-fearing woman, mother of 3, a multi-award-winning model, founder of Judith Hard Foundation. Judith Hard Foundation is a non-profitable organization seeking to end rape and sexual assault. And recently we added on conservation, because our environment has been damaged, and me being Miss Environment Africa 2022, I said, why not actually join it's children, it's mothers, it's young girls, it's climate change. So it all goes hand in hand. When we have a climate crisis, mothers, young girls are always the most affected people. I do know that we all get affected in one way, but children, mothers, young mothers face it that rough way. So yes.
So who is Judith Hard? Like, who are you born to? Who are your parents? Where were you born? Details of that nature.
Judith Hard is born to a Rwandan father, led John Musana, who passed away during the genocide. But also Judith Hard was born in Uganda. So it's a confusion, but yes, my father was Rwandese. My mother is Mtoro. Muhara Andrew Tatule wa Majani, may his soul rest in peace. And I was born in Gulu in 1986.
So that's why we're getting confused.
So also, yeah, I've just said it because I want people to get it clear. When I say I was born in Gulu, they're like, yeah, Gulu biawa. Munyarwanda. No, I was born in 1986, still during the war. And that is why I was born in Gulu, Lacho Hospital, to a Rwandese and Mutoro mother.
Interesting. So your full name?
Oh, God. My full name is Judith Kanengwa. When I moved to Uganda so many years ago, I was by myself, and I was on the search for my mother.
Yes.
Because we grew up with our father's side in Rwanda. We left Uganda in 1995. And I always said, when I get to the point of understanding where to head and where to go, I'll look for my mother and reunite with her. So when I came to Uganda, I was looking for my mother, and I got adopted by a family that is a Muganda family, and they gave me Allen Nantongo.
Nice.
Yes, and that is how I got my first passport in Uganda.
As Allen Nantongo.
As Allen Nantongo, because this was the family that I was living with that had given me an.
So when you left Rwanda by yourself or?
By myself.
Oh, okay.
Because my dream growing up, I always said I have to reconnect with my mother, because I knew she was alive. And she had left us a number the first time we had gone to move to Rwanda. Yes. When we moved back to Rwanda, there was a moment where they had families had to search for their people, and then my mother was asked to come to Rwanda, just because we thought we were gonna maybe identify my dad's body somewhere, and then we needed all the family members to be there. So my mother had been invited, and that is 96. So she left a number And God was amazing that she kept that number for the rest of her life until today.
Ah, nice.
So when I came to Uganda, I had to search for her. We reconnected. My big sister was studying in Kumba University, and that is how I actually moved back.
So
to
while
Uganda.
you were with this family, they helped you find your mother?
No, they didn't help me find my mother.
You were on the search?
I found my mom, but I hadn't reconnected with her.
Okay.
But we were talking on phone, and I was telling her, don't worry, I'm in Kampala. I'm in Uganda. I've been looking for you. Now I'm in Uganda. So I'll come. Akaba naikara Fort Portal. Yeah. So I grew up with this reverend. Na family, they looked for documents, bantungira passport, and then that's how I started life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how many are you?
We are 4 siblings. I'm
Okay.
the third born. My first sister is Rachel Namakula. My second sister is Jackie Ngabire. I am Judith Hurd. And our last baby sister is Joan.
Oh,
Yes, so we're
that's
4 girls.
4 girls.
Yes.
I relate to that. Relate to
you?
that. We're 4 girls.
Is it,
Yes.
is it a coincidence? Maybe abatoro bazara besiki bonka ki.
Maybe. So when you come and now when do you reconnect with your mother?
Oh, I reconnected with my mother in 2004.
Ah,
Yeah.
2004.
So we lived a happy life. My sister was going to school. She had to complete university.
So your big sister is one was in Nkomba?
Yes. So I
Okay.
lived with my big sister at some point, and my mom was still in Fort Portal. And I lived with my big sister. Then we go to a moment of going to Fort Portal, had to Atandika. My mom is coming to visit us.
Yes.
We're going to visit her. And that is
You-
how we
you
all
reconnected.
reconnected. And yeah, and I kept my hustle in Uganda.
Yes. So being a child who was in Uganda, in Gulu, then you went back to Rwanda, then you came back to Uganda. What
Girl
was your
child
childhood
myself.
like, if you remember anything really when you were still in Uganda before you went back to Rwanda?
My childhood, I remember this very, very fun story about before my father went to war. I think now I can relate. I'm sure he used to be in Gulu all the
Yes.
time. And as a kid, we didn't know what was going on.
Right,
We
yes.
just knew our father is in the army. But we didn't know exactly
Right,
details.
yeah,
Like today,
yeah.
I can tell if I have a musajja musirikale saa zino bwakuruga munju nimanya yagenda kukora. But back then tukaba tukyali baana bato. So you wouldn't understand what is going on over hali entaro beitite
Yes,
tumanyire.
yeah.
So he had been gone for a long time. And when you look at me, I'm just a photocopy of my father.
Ah, wow.
So he came back the one afternoon after, I think, being gone like for a month. He always brought us presents. So this time I was sleeping and I had missed him so much. So when they said, hey, Arari Yeja, Dad is here, I woke up out of my bed and ran and saluted him so fast, like I'm excited.
You
So
gave a salute to
I
him.
saluted him like, hey, Daddy. And that is one thing I always remember. And he
yeah.
had brought us very beautiful matching sweatpants, but it was yellow with a white line around here. And I think we might as well call them Adidas. Yeah, because it was white jumps, tracksuits. Yeah, so that is one memory I will always have of him.
In the middle of the night, that must have been the best thing ever.
Not in the middle of the night. It was around, like back in the days, they used to
They
tell
sleep
children,
early. Yes,
Mubyame,
sleep
Mubyama. From school, we used to sleep and then wake up. So he came back when we were just waking
That was good.
up.
That was
And,
fun. So what was it like? What schools did you go to?
I went to Kampala Parents as a little girl, and then later we moved to Rwanda. I went to Kigali Parents, but once when we moved to Rwanda, there were no English schools. So we went to Kabale because we were in Rwanda, so they looked for a place where we could go study in Uganda and then come back home for holidays. So I was enrolled in Home Bay junior high school in Kabale. Abakabale n'abana musamulio mudije. And that's where I come. In P5 we left Hombe because Rwanda had now started teaching English all over the country. So I went to Kigali.
What was that like? Because I'm imagining you're in between places now, and you're quite young.
It was exciting and at the same time hard, being young and having to go to a different country to study. But of course, we looked forward to the visiting days.
Yeah.
Sometimes they wouldn't make it because of issues that were unavoidable back home, but we would never know what's happening.
They kept it away from you.
It was back in the days where you could even think there is something bad happening, maybe wrong, something has gone wrong back home, or like it was still
they
too
kept
early.
You out
we
of,
were still wounded, the country was still recovering, Rwanda, so we just kept praying that somebody shows up.
That's true.
Yeah.
What were you like in primary school? Because now you've moved around, you've experienced different things, you probably made a couple of friends.
I was a shy girl. I am a shy girl.
Really?
And growing up, I was more of a tomboy. I always liked to have male friends, and I wasn't so girly. That I remember correctly, because if you look at my pictures back in secondary, you can tell that I was a boy, because I didn't have a big chest, I didn't have a big behind. I was just, like I said, I'm a photocopy of my father. So at some point I was like, it's okay, I feel comfortable in boy clothes, so why not? And
so did staying with your father influence the kind of things you did or chose to do?
We actually were not, we didn't stay with him because he was in war. I was born during the war in Hulu. And then he went to, when I started understanding that this is daddy, he had to go to Rwanda to fight. So my life, I feel like, it's only God that has actually been raising me from all the time, because our mother didn't raise us. Before we went to Rwanda, they had already separated. So.
And how did that treat you as young?
It's something that haunts me until today.
Oh dear.
Because I feel like he sacrificed his life for 2 countries, and. But I've never got to at least have a memorial ceremony for him, because we don't know where to start. I don't know what to do when you say we're having a memorial ceremony. But yeah, I am damaged by
sorry about
this. But I have to be strong, and I always pray maybe the more I grow up and the more I get to understand that what he was fighting for, we already have it. And the peace we have in Uganda, so he did this part and also went to Rwanda and fought. So when I look at Rwanda, I now can understand that he sacrificed his life for us to be able to have the life we have today. And I hope the 2 governments one day can think about him and realize that we're here. And I guess it's one thing that pushes me to love my country, both countries, because I love Uganda and I love Rwanda. I love to help so many people. And I believe in everything I do it to represent I've represented my country so much. So that is what keeps me going. Like, he sacrificed his life. For us, we're here, so we just have to hold the flags up high and keep going.
We'll keep praying for you, and of course, you're very, very strong woman. That's why you're a super soul sister here anyway, because we're looking at strong women telling their stories.
Yes.
Now, a quick reminder, we are here at Daughters Exclusive, Spear House, Ginger Road. They're giving us this amazing space, and we are with Judith Atwoki, who is, of course, telling us her story. You can always check us out all over social media. Now, it is at Super Soul Sisters UG, that is for YouTube. Now the S is more like a 3, so don't get don't get lost. And of course, you can also get us on Twitter at Super Soul, and of course many of other platforms which I'll continuously keep reminding you about. And please do give us comments. Do let us know on what we're doing. Now, Super Soul Sisters does come to you every day. I'll get into more of our platforms you can reach us on social media. But I must say, our Super Soul Sister today, if you did not know her, you know her today. Well, they help us walk through their journey, okay? And I must say, that is something we need to look into when we come back. Yes, you're still watching Super Soul Sisters with me, Rowena Kajumba, and our Super Soul Sister, Judith Atwoki. I'm continuously going to call you Atwoki. Can't help myself. She's here with us, of course, taking us through her journey. Now, also a quick reminder, we are also on Instagram. It is super_soul_sisters, and that is more like a 3. I'll keep repeating that. It looks like a 3, the S, eh?
Yeah, please do follow them. I've followed you.
Oh, thank you.
And I've been waiting for the moment you get to host me.
Yes.
Having a Super Soul Sister in this day and age is something amazing. So
Yes.
thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
also
Guys,
for
follow
having
them.
Yes. So, being younger, growing up, what's that particular vivid memory you have of something you did or went through that maybe you could share with us?
We used to love jumping on cars while they were driving.
Oh my goodness.
Kids. We would run and jump on it, and then it takes you until I don't know where. This time around, I jumped on it and everybody else stayed behind. So I was like, oh my God, we've that. So I realized nobody came with me.
Yeah.
And now I have to jump off of it.
Oh.
But it was spinning so fast. I got off of it and I hit my head down. I think I lost my entire brain because I don't remember understanding. All I remember is like things just banging in my head.
Oh dear.
I didn't bleed.
Oh my goodness, that's even more
Nothing
scary.
happened to me, but it was the chest and the head.
Oh.
That was terrible. Every time I think about it, I get a terrible headache.
Did the car stop too?
No, the car is going.
Yeah,
They
I know.
couldn't stop. Sometimes my friends say, "Naye bakukuba wansi omutwe ng'oli muto."
They seem to- They're like, but here we are. Thank God you're alive and you're wearing a beautiful crown. Not just the crown, but also your heart is crowned with kindness and love. We can all pick that. So now you did talk about being in Kabale, doing your P5, you said?
From P1 to P5.
To P5.
Yes.
So did you leave from P5? Where did you go?
We left. Now in Rwanda, we just went to Rwanda.
When things had
That's where we
settled down.
completed
Yes.
from our primary.
Where did you go?
I went to Kigali Parents.
Oh, nice.
Yes, because I think back in the days we had to match things. Kampala parents, Kigali parents used to be like that. You have to look for that same school if they have. So yes, I completed my primary at Kigali Parents with flying colors.
Nice.
And I was sent to 3oul Girls School.
And what was that like now? Was it a day?
It was a boarding school. I had some amazing friends in school, and I was very lucky that the girls from my primary, we were the girls that were sent to this 3oul Girls School. We were the pioneers.
So you all moved.
We all
you were
moved
pioneers.
because they wanted the very
Top,
intelligent,
yes.
the top girls and sister.
Yes.
We were the top girls.
Nice.
So we all ended up in 3oul and started there. Every time I meet my friends today, they were like, "But Judy, do you remember we used to study hard? Hard.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "But Judy, at some point I told them, you know what? Guys, this is too much for me. Waking up at 4 a.m. going to
read.
pray. Like, I'm not here for this life." I hate that they remind me this, but I never saw it coming. So apparently I told my friends, guys, this is not the life I'm going to live. I'm meant to be a celebrity. And I told them, guys, I'm out of this.
And it came to happen.
So every time they see me, they're like, but do you remember saying this thing? I'm
Yeah.
like, no. They're like, well, Judy, you told us you're done. You can't do this live. You're meant for stars. And
Yeah. So,
now
but you finished school anyways.
I dropped out in senior 5
Okay.
and said, yeah.
I want to pursue my celebrity life.
Not my celebrity life. I was just, I think stuff happened and
I know
I
what
just
you're saying.
decided
Yes,
not
I know
to
what you're
really
saying.
go forward with school because I had issues going on in my head. And when I think about it today, I feel like we don't realize what we go through in life. And if we could have a chance to have that person that really reads our minds. But
Yeah.
today we have, of course, people that are doing that.
Yeah.
But I think
An age where they need guidance.
yeah, we need guidance, but today we're very lucky that we have so many mental health organizations that are preaching about it, they're talking about it. But when I sit back now and look at everything I've gone through, I understand that some of these things that happened in my life were caused by what was going on in
your head.
my mind and what I had been through.
So, what kind of child were you in school?
I was a girl that was a go-getter. If, let's say,
You must have remembered something. Please tell.
my friends were so special. And like I said, I felt like I was a boy.
Yeah.
So I was more into fixing things. What has failed? Do you
What
guys,
yeah.
you know how they give you bad food in school? I told my friends, don't worry, I'm going to make sure every time we're about to have our meals, we get avocados. So I was the person that is at the fence trying to stop the avocado ladies, but it wasn't allowed in school.
So you had to get them.
So, but I'm like, the food we're eating, and then I promised my classmates we're going to have avocado.
You were never caught, were you?
Yeah, but they called me and they understood she's trying to get food, avocados. So, yeah, I was caught, of course, buying avocados most of the time.
You kept going
But
back.
I was a girl that really loved to watch out
For your
for her
friends.
friends, as being in a girls' school.
Yes.
So I had all these girls as, I love to call everybody, I love to look at myself as the older person. So I always call everyone my child.
You're in
my
charge.
babies.
Yes, you're in charge.
But I saw my friends are like girls, that were not as
Yeah.
aggressive as they were. I think aggressive is the right word. Or maybe they were too girly. I was more
You were more of a,
let's
tomboy.
do this. Let's do that.
yes.
Let's fix it. Is it the gate? You find me cutting everything so fast. They're like, take it, no, pull on. I'm like, no, we need to cut it. And also an intelligent girl.
Definitely. Definitely. So, when you drop out in senior 5, did you have a plan?
The plan was to come and find my mother.
Okay.
Yeah, so I dropped out and focused on looking for my mother.
Oh, that's when you come to Uganda?
And then, lucky enough, my family had an internet cafe, and I just went into that, and I focused on computer. And I was very good at it.
At computer?
Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, so when I dropped out of school, definitely I just told my Uncle Kasim, I told him I'm going to settle in and do computer. So I worked in his cyber.
That's in
cafe
Uganda
for
or Rwanda?
No, in Rwanda.
In Rwanda, okay. And then later you're like, I think I need to go look for my mom.
Yeah, later, then came to Uganda. Reconnected with my family, my mom, my big sister. Then also they reconnected with my dad's family.
Oh, nice.
And now we were
Nice.
back again as one
As
happy
one happy
family. It's something amazing. I wish that this had happened while my father was alive. But he had promised my mom that they would remarry if he came back from war.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so until now my mom is single.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when you come back, and how easy was it to reconnect?
Before I left Rwanda, I had met a friend that was from Uganda. And imagine from 95 growing up, I had not returned to Uganda.
Yes.
So I met this guy that actually worked in Entebbe, lived in Entebbe, and that's where my sister was. So when I met this guy, I told him, you know what, I'm trying, he's like, where are your family? I told him, my mom is in Uganda, my sister lives in Uganda with my mom. So that's when he said, oh, I live in Uganda, I work in Entebbe, I can help you.
Just to look.
Reconnect with them. So I gave him the number that I had. And when he came to Uganda, he started communicating with my sister. And one day, he calls me and says, guess who? I'm like, hey, Atash. So then he's like, I want you to talk to somebody. And that was my sister. He said, I'm going to give your sister money, then you're going to come to Uganda. And you're going to reconnect with your family. So yeah.
That was nice. That was so nice of him.
So it was a smooth reconnection. They were very in good shape. They were healthy. My sister was doing well at school. And yeah, we became a happy
family. So how soon? Because I can hear you speak Rutoro quite well. How did you learn it so quick?
No, growing up, we always visited my mom's family in Kopoto. So tukakura nibatwegesa kubaza ururimi rwaitu n'ikinyarwanda ndakivuga ndi umunyarwandakazi n'umutoro mvuga ikinyarwanda nkavuga urutoro nkavuga ikigande of course kuko navukiye Gulu mvugamo agacori gakeya because nkazalibwa Gulu nabo nyine kubaza mkateito so I can say kopango kope atimabe tinini tikwen amari mother. Amari mother means I love you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So knowing these languages, I think, has been of advantage to you.
Yeah, I speak a lot of languages. I speak French, I speak Swahili, everything.
Yeah, I think it's of advantage considering the person you've become. It helps you maneuver and go about things.
It trusts me. knowing one word in a language
is helpful.
Helped me so many times. And be like, how am I going to make friends? But the minute you say abari yako and these people are like, she doesn't speak Swahili. That minute you've made friends.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. That is very true. So take us through your journey. You've kindled with your mom. What are you doing yourself at this time?
At that time, I was just living life with a boyfriend that he took me through the years so well until it ended up in tears, like they say nowadays. But yeah, he was
there's people that come up with these things.
But we really had a good time together, and of course, being the person that has reconnected me with my mother, they were very special. And the more we went out, the more I was meeting Ugandan girls, models, and I was skinny by that time, even fresher, younger than this. So we went to goat races. My first goat races in Munyonyo.
I love those.
Yeah,
they're really fun.
Those. I miss those, and that is where I met Andre, the photographer for Zipper Models at that time. And the Zipper Models were the biggest thing back then in Uganda. So the photographer took a picture of me. And before I knew it, it was in the papers all over. But my ex, who had dated one of the models in Zipper Models. So the girlfriend actually is Judith, and I'm Judith.
Oh, wow.
And we were both models. So the girl actually, instead of being a bad girl, she instead introduced me to the agency.
Wow.
So bless Judith, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I started modeling while I was with the boyfriend, and modeling, and then of course I went to Russia with my man. Then I saw the girls that were really for him. I was like, hey, will I handle?
I know.
So we came
Sometimes you sit back and ask yourself some questions.
Yeah. So we came back, and but then I said there is a certain life that I want, and I don't think I'm gonna get it while I'm here in the relationship, because he didn't want me to own a phone.
Oh, wow.
We always use his phone whenever I would want to communicate.
That's controlling.
Yeah, and. So I was like, I don't think this is really
me,
what
yeah.
I want, or this is really going to work out, because I need to have my own phone. I need to have my own car. I need to be able to move to meet people, but he wouldn't like that anyway. So we ended up breaking up.
Yeah.
And I became single, solo, still stayed on my hustle. And yeah, along
So
the
when
way,
did you join? When did you join Sylvia Warrior?
2003,
Around anyway.
around that time.
And what was that like?
It was amazing. Of course, we have stories that everybody's been talking about the
yes.
industry back then. But I would defend her, Sylvia Worry, by saying, I think before we choose a life, we should know what it comes with.
Yeah.
And if you choose a nightlife, you better be sure that you're ready to take on this nightlife, because the nightlife comes with a package.
Yep.
You're going to meet drunkards, you're going to meet thieves, you're going to meet different people that you're not going to like. So is this the life you want to choose? So yeah, I enjoyed it. I worked while she was opening her store at Garden City, launching her clothing label, and I was on a magazine cover.
Yeah.
Ooh, blessed African woman.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it while it lasted. Of course, definitely, I'm not going to lie that we were being paid millions. No, it was peanuts. But yeah, we're here today.
It pushed you to a certain
it was
place.
something that once you join and know what you want in life, then it was.
And at this point, you know, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be a
That was,
fashion model. I want to push brands and things like
Yes,
that.
I want to push brands. I want to be on the international runways. But I'm sad that we never made it, because that time the industry in Uganda wasn't big, and we didn't know how to get to certain agencies.
But you eventually did.
Yeah, eventually I've lived my dream, but I haven't been signed to an international agency, but I've worked on the international market, you know? So, but today I look at it and I'm like, probably that's not what God chose for me. God has something else in store for me. But community work gives me joy. It gives me peace. I go to sleep with my mind at peace, knowing that today I made somebody smile. Today I made a meal. I put a meal on the table for someone. Today I hold a baby and the baby was smiling in my hands. It gives me joy. I sleep and say, oh, oksiba ne stress in siwa mu community work.
Yes.
You know, so I think that is my calling.
And getting through that process and traveling around the world and seeing and learning and experiencing these things, how did that help you in terms of who you are today?
First, you learn different culture.
Yeah.
You learn different ways people carry themselves. It's culture, it's everything from how they dress to how they eat, to how they walk, to how they sit.
Exactly.
I go for beauty pageants and you're going to meet girls that cannot even hold a spoon.
Oh, wow.
Because that's how they were raised. They're coming from rich families, and then you have Chadondo that is ready to. When you're doing these pageants, you have people that are supposed to dress you, to put your shoes, wear your earrings, and I'm like, no, stop. I'm doing my own. Before you know it, I've already dressed that. Before you know it. And I'm happy to
It's an advantage, yes.
That kind of person. To me, I'm very grateful that I get this chance to know everything, and that is why I'm always
Yes. So community work you do. You're also quite passionate with tourism, as far as I've heard, and the environment.
Yes,
So
is everything.
It is everything. And your Miss Environment, congratulations, by the way. And it takes quite a lot to take on such a role and be crowned Miss Environment. Clearly, you did something right. How did that go, by the way? Take us through.
During COVID, I did Miss Elite Africa, which is a beauty pageant that happened in Egypt. I returned home as Miss Elite Africa.
Oh, nice.
Then 2022, I had to fly to India, darling, and I returned home. I flew to India for Miss Environment International.
Oh, nice.
Flew back home as Miss Environment Africa. It wasn't an easy journey.
I can imagine.
I love to be honest.
Yes.
Like, it's very stressful.
I get.
They send you all the forms and then they start telling you need 15 dresses, you need this, you need that, you need that, you need that, and you don't have enough money. Yes, I'm
To do this. It gets expensive. Oh my goodness, I've seen those things.
It is. It becomes difficult when you have to represent a country, and that's why I will take this chance actually to call upon you.
Yes, yes.
There is money for artists, there is money for everything in the country. But there is no budget set aside for beauty queens. And you should get out of your mind that beauty queens are just beauty. Muse, we're not just beautiful. When we stand on that stage, they're going to ask me about you, Muse. And what am I going to say about my president? Definitely I'm going to say all the good things about you, Muse. And when it comes to the country, we are showing the beauty of our country. And why are we showing the beauty? Because we're trying to get investors attracted to the Pan Africa. So no Rachel Mzee, Tusaba, Mutekeko budget a beauty pageants. Everything that ministers do, we do it 100 times better because we're meeting different.
You're like ambassadors.
We are the ambassadors of Uganda. We are not just beauty queens. We have our brain because it's not easy to interest.
That's
and we
true.
are like 50 countries. So if Greece, Italy, France, we're talking about Uganda, then that is when you see more people coming into the country, and then you don't know that it's Judith that has been promoting Uganda wherever she's been.
I think the Uganda Tourism Board should have you and work. I know they probably have or engaged you, I don't know, but they should have you as the ambassador.
Not at all. I've funded everything that I do, and it's very sad, but it's okay. We do it for the country, we do it for the culture. If you see it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't.
Yeah, I for one would love to see Uganda Tourism Board working with you. Even the environment, when we're talking environment, how I wish we had so many of our
It's very sad, and I'm going to say it because this is UBC. So when I returned from Miss Environment International,
yes,
NEMA was quick to have me.
Oh.
Which was something amazing, a goodwill ambassador for NEMA. But I feel like we are just taken as goodwill ambassadors. There is no budget for you. Even to be just Miss Photogenic, they get something. Miss Universe Africa, they come back home and they are treated with much, with everything. They get cars, they get homes, they get everything. These are things that you're supposed to be given to, because once you represent the country in India, India is not going to buy you a car because you represented Uganda.
Nope.
No, but Uganda should know that, oh, our girl is back in the country, they did this well, then let's get them endorsement.
Yes.
And let's give them something small as a government. Let's give them something that actually encourages more girls to see and get out there and represent the country.
Now, what drives you every day as Judith had?
I feel like God has been amazing to me. I have mislived my life. I've been on alcohol, I've been on drugs. I've been lucky to have had my children. And they're very healthy babies. They're not messed up by drugs or the alcohol I took. So I must say God keeps me driven, gives me that. Like, He has something He wants for you.
Yes.
But how are you going to achieve it? So every day I wake up and say, no, he's not done with me. I still have to accomplish something.
Yes.
So I have to keep going.
Yes.
Going.
So when you're not busy, what do you do with yourself?
Lately,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, lately I'm a loner.
Really?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this year, 20th Feb, I decided to quit alcohol.
Okay, that's good.
So,
Well done.
yes, and once I quit alcohol, that means the drugs are gone.
Yes.
So I'm living healthy. I might be skinny, but
You look good.
I'm very healthy. Don't worry, guys. So I'm enjoying spending time alone and seeing where exactly the world is taking me. Praying. Lately, I enjoy prayer more than anything.
Yeah.
So I'm wanting to be by myself so I can praise my Lord every chance I get.
Yeah.
I realize that when I'm around people, there's certain hours I can't pray, and there's they might want to listen to secular music, and I want to listen to gospel music. So it's kind of made me stay away from everybody, from everything that doesn't give me peace. So I'm being by myself lately. My children are studying, so I love spending my time
Alone. Something you've really, like, right now when you sit, I know you're probably recalling something. It's something you've done, and deep down you're like, that you can never forget your entire life.
I don't know why. One thing I kind of remember is how we, me and my friend have actually used a gym, sauna, steam bath of a hotel without paying.
How did you ever?
A week because
really?
they thought he was a basketballer.
Oh, wow.
So we just wake up and go to this hotel. He takes off, he changes into his gym clothes, goes to the gym. I go to the pool and chill. I'm like, are you done yet? He's like, no, now I'm about to jump into the sauna. Okay, you finish up your side, let's go to the sauna. And then when we're done, they're like, thank you for coming, bye.
You're kidding.
And we just walk out. Yes, we did it for a week.
Wow. That must have been interesting.
But something fun.
Now, a piece of advice to...
One of the most important things I would love to tell a younger self, a younger Judith, or any girl, woman out there, or boy, I love you too, guys, don't worry. Anyone out there that is living and breathing, get close to God.
Yes.
Get to know God. Give your life to God. I know it's going to be difficult, but trust me, you have no life if you don't have God.
Do you have a motto you live by?
My motto is God is everything. Welcome to God. His life is everything.
That is true.
With God, you're not going to go wrong.
So the fact that you're a mother, you're busy, you're traveling quite often. I don't know about now, but what do you do with your children? Do you cook together? Do you sing, play together, things like that?
One thing we do together most is pick and what clothes they want.
Oh, nice.
Because their father is a very strict man, and we have a same sense of style apart from my younger one, Brianna. But Rhonda is the first twin, 1 minute apart.
Nalongo. Oh, by the way, she's a Nalongo, yes.
Yes, Rhonda, we have the same sense of style. Brianna is more not too relaxed, but one of them is more girly and
the other one is, yeah.
So they enjoy when I help them pick what they can buy. They always choose and tell them to send it to daddy.
Okay.
Tell him to get this one.
Oh,
and then he
nice.
comes back, why are you doing this to the children?
I don't want. I can't imagine.
It's like we have to choose clothes together. I'm like, but it's the style. It's the new style. It's the new generation. This is different. It's not like back in the days.
So the twins are the second pregnancy?
Yes.
Yes.
My son is 16.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Big
he's
man now, eh?
16, and my twin girls are 13. They will be turning 14 in March. My
Nice.
son will be turning 17 in Feb.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. I must say well done. And indeed, we do thank you so much for giving us your time. It's the Super Soul Sisters here. Daughter Exclusive does give us their space for us to use. They are very, very helpful in that sense. Super Soul Sisters, we always appreciate you. Thank you, Judith Atwoki.
So much. Thank you for having me. One thing I enjoy is meeting a super soul sister that is Amtoro.
Oh, thank yes.
That is who we are.
That is who we are.
I love you so much. Akiki. Thank you for having
Thank
me
you,
today.
Atwoki. Samerirwe muno webale.
Nani semerire muno muno.
And on that note, we are getting too excited now, eh? But thank you for watching. We're always here every Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Please make sure to catch us and enjoy these awesome Super Soul Sisters. So thank you for your time, and thank you, Aisha, for your makeup. Thank you to our team, my producer, Jacinta Kagoro, and of course, everyone that has been able to make this team a super team. From us, good night.